Looking towards the future here, and you got to feel pretty good about these two starters.
Well, Tommy Edman sent us all home happy yesterday afternoon with a walk-off home run, his 6th home run of the season, first walk-off homer. And the 1-0 pitch lined into the dugout of the Reds. It was the first by Cardinals shortstops. And the 1-1 pitch to Tommy Edman, taken high. Had been drafted and then signed by St. Louis. 2-1, taken high, and it's a count of 3-1. 18 strikeouts have come with that slider. His 4-seam and the 3-2 pitch to Tommy Edman. Popped up left side, and that'll find the seats out of play. I love, but you came back and you said this guy is good. 3-2 pitch, spoiled by Tommy Edman.
Pitch count up for him. They're not going to leave him out there for too long.
And the 3-2 hit up the middle and a base hit. Ashcraft may have gotten a piece of it, and Farmer was a little delayed with that.
Put a good swing on something.
Here's Nolan Gorman. Might be a good matchup. The shift on the right side. So that 8-pitch at bat by Tommy Edman. 16-6. Was that slider, and it's now 1-2 pitch. Off the plate, and it's 2-2. Out of 16 this year. Not running and taken outside, and we'll see if they start him here. He's deep, and the 3-2 pitch. Not running. Gorman hits it out of play. And the 3-2. Gorman, a base hit into center. Boy, when he connects, it is loud off the bat, isn't it?
Everything he hits is hard. We talked
in a run, then he had a double that brought in 2. That'll go to the backstop. Runners advance to second and third. On Tyler O'Neill. Breaking ball catches. And the 1-1 fouled back. Got a fastball. The 1-2 curveball pulled, backhanded by Drury. And the first out. 57 his last 11 games. And there is strike 1. He's hit some of those. And the 0-1 pitch to Nolan Arenado. In the air, right field. Aquino, long way to go. And first. And the 0-2 to Nolan Arenado. Gets away. Here comes Tommy Edman, and he will score.
Well, down in the dumps that one of their leaders, even though a young player, is out.
Infield in, hit to short. Farmer makes the play. And is driven in 15. He's in right field today and looks at a pitch outside for ball 1. The first 10 he faced. 30 in a row put together by those guys.
Well, that's the thing about Hunter Green. You can see him doing this for a long time.
Donovan back to Ashcraft, bobbles and gathers to make the play. I've seen Phil take a spill or two too, but you still get the shot. It's no secret front side has been opening up, and he was able to stay closed on for him too. Base hit into right. Pulled off a little bit, but it's not nearly as much as we've seen in the last couple of weeks.
No, you're absolutely right. He's still able to at least
flair for the dramatic and feeding off of crowds here in St. Louis at times, and that's one of the things that you think about with Albert back in St. Louis. Not a bad career.
The entire division looked very similar, though.
Can you imagine if he would have stayed? What these numbers would look like? Well, they've wanted, and against the lefties, he's been outstanding. Albert rips it down the left field line and foul.
This is at bats all the time.
Teaching too. And that's taken low, 1-2.
It just looks right still, doesn't it?
It does. And the 1-2 out to right, and Aquino is there to make the catch. with a hard hit ball off the bat of Albert Pujols. Runner at first is Juan Yepez. Had a really good road trip, especially when you think about pretty well. And the 0-1 pitch drops in low inside, and Miles Michaelis will go in game 2. Ground ball hit to the right side, and they cannot get that out. They throw it away again. Reynolds trying to go to Farmer for the force. 2 on, 1 out. Kisner spins away from a breaking ball. Happens a game, and then that miscue now at second base. The 0-1. Kisner hits it down the right field, and the 0-2 pitch to Kisner. Off the end of the bat, and a fly ball to shallow center. Senzel comes on to make the catch, and that'll be out number 2. There, charge to Cal Farmer, the shortstop. Outside, ball 1.
Cardinals can pile on a little bit more.
The 1-0. We mentioned
beautiful thing to
crystal
have.
Clear. And that is tap foul. Offensively, obviously defensively at second, you don't want to mess with it, and it's hit up the middle. But as a shortstop, Brad, in the low throw, his on base percentage is .340 in the 21 games.
He's doing all right.
Effective that's not easy.
I would think when he comes back, you'd want him to play right away too.
Sure.
I mean, if he's hot enough for the in Nolan Gorman.
He singled first time. Speaking of home hits, have been home runs for Carp. Off the end of the bat, and a base hit into center. And speaking of the Yankees, they are 43-16 to begin this year.
Have a hard discussion about what that looks like for here, but for right now, he needs to keep progressing and doing.
0 for 1, and the 1-0 pitch. 1 ball and 1 strike. The next two, the Cardinal left fielder, got him to reach for it. It's softly to short. The turn, not in time.
Family, the foundation, spends so much time just trying to help people. So should be a great night at Topgolf. There's something going on. Going to have their fantasy football starting up here soon enough.
That'll be a stolen base for O'Neill on the breaking ball, his 4th. Arenado. Here's a 1-1 inside. 2 balls in. And the 2-1 to Nolan Arenado. Arenado hits it high in the air out to left field. Frito back at the wall. Gone! Carries out of here. 2-run homer, Nolan Arenado. His 11th of the year. 3-0 St. Louis.
Down, gets the ball in the air, and Frito runs out of room.
And a grounder off the bat of Brendan Donovan. Ashcraft to the bat, and the answer is definitely yes. Yepez, big hack, and fouls it back.
And now Nolan gets his 2-run blast.
And that is hit out of
in everything he does.
0-2. And Juan pops it up. Backing up the second baseman, Reynolds coming on to make the catch will be Nick Senzel. Nolan Arenado, home run number 11. He's now driven in 41. And with 1 swing, 3 runs last half inning when Gary stepped in.
It's actually a good call.
Albert lined out to right field. First,
I'm a big fan of stand-up comedy, Dan.
I find it shocking. Were you a
upbringing?
I don't believe it.
It's true.
Ground ball hit to the right side. Taken there by Reynolds. And I don't believe you.
Oh, look.
Blood in such high regard. Teammates in the 60s. And most hit over 306 times. He was Gibby's roommate for 10 years. But every one of them.
There are a lot of rights that these players have now that if somebody wouldn't have stood up, Kurt Flood wouldn't have stood up, you wouldn't have them.
The speed abater coming into play. That ball looked to take kind of a nasty hop, that last hop to Drury, and with that, it allows first base. not running, and the pitch taken for a strike on the inside corner.
What you call it?
It's a great play.
I enjoyed watching it.
Yeah. Inside, and it's even now. 1 ball, 1 strike. 66 pitches.
He went last time out.
And the 1-1. Well, game 1, you had the 2 throwing errors that led to 2 runs. Final of 2-0. And today you've got a couple of wild pitches leading to a run. You at first base. Not running. And it is hit out of play. And the next to Kisner. Swung on and missed. And the first strikeout for the Reds. So that's part of what's happening here with this Cardinals club as Edman shows bunt, and Bader started toward
and Tommy, just what it allows you to do as a ball club.
And that is hit out of play. 0-2. And an 0-2 pitch to Edman. Hit the other way and fair. Bader to second. He'll stop there. Hit them where they ain't. That's what Tommy just did, and a base hit, his second hit today.
Go ahead, Tommy. Changeup. Time to jump on a fastball now.
He was thinking the same thing. Inside. Gorman was hit at 1-1. A shift on the right side.
Oof. So you throw that.
Second, very good speed. Edman at first, Bader at second. And he struck him out. So Gorman strikes out 2 in the inning. Home half of the 5th. Cardinals trailing. And a strike on the outside corner. Both coming in the 4th inning. And the 0-1. O'Neill came up with nobody out. Infield draw Arenado. The 1-1 pitch. 2 strikes on Tyler O'Neill. And Angels with 10 sacrifices this year. And teams just don't bunt. They're 14. Off the plate, 2-2. And the 2-2.
There's certainly something to it. My thing is just when you have a club that is maybe struggling at a time offensively, why not? Second, nobody out. You're trying to hit a ground ball the other way. I think you win that game. Or you're trying to drop down the
mission to make the play. The 2-2. It's one of the reasons to me the Cardinals are so swing. 3-2 pitch. Slowly hit. That'll be a base hit. O'Neill is aboard with an infield hit. Base today, number 4. Not running. And a pitch taken high by Nolan Arenado. 2 balls and no strikes.
The guys that you have no questions about. Nolan, Goldie, you know what it's going to look like.
Ooh, he'd love to have that back. The 2-0 popped up. Caught in fair territory. That was on a tee for him. Ooh. There are some pitches that a hitter would love to have back, and I would imagine this is one of them.
Yeah, this is one out of the hand. If you're the pitch.
Round ball, round bat, things happen. Fouled back.
Well, you'd have to imagine.
Pitch number 91, taken low. 1 ball and 2.
Santillan might have thrown 70 pitches in the pen yesterday.
Probably did. I mean, he was up for a long. Here's a 1-2. Red Sox slow start.
Trade deadline really interesting. Who thinks they're still in it?
Inside, so from 0-2 to a full count. See if they want a 3-2 pitch. O'Neill running. Grounded foul. Oh, Donovan just doing. And the 3-2 runner goes and will do it again. 3-2 pitch. Donovan, a base hit. O'Neill was off with a pitch. He'll wind up at third. Another terrific at bat from the rookie Brendan Donovan. It was an ugly game at first.
That's why you stick around these games, isn't it?
That's right. Yepez into shallow right, and the catch is made. Big out. 2 on, 2 outs. And Albert hits it out to right field. It is slicing. It is down. And a ground rule double for Albert Pujols. And Albert has tied the game.